Welcome to the Kids Ministry Podcast. I'm Stephanie Chase.
And I'm Stephanie Rogers.
And this podcast is for kids ministry leaders who love kids and
lead them to Jesus.
Yes. So we're super excited about one of my favorite topics.
Yes,
that we're going to talk about today, because when I first started out in kids ministry, I was teaching preschoolers and I was learning a lot of things. But one thing that I did not have was classroom management.
Okay.
And we talked about that some with Bill on one of our previous podcasts. But there is a little trick to classroom management that every leader in kids ministry, no matter if you're serving on Sundays, Wednesdays, weekday, childcare, paid teachers during the week, whatever it is, listen, you have to know transitions.
This is huge. I feel like transitions are an art.
Tell me.
It is like once you've gotten this down, like there's different things you can add to it. You can make it fun. You can make it engaging. You can teach during a transition.
Yeah,
Once you get them down and you really kind of understand how they are, what the purpose of them is, and how to really move kids through a transition.
Yes. So we want to teach you leaders what transitions are, how to use them, how to plan for them. And we're going to give you a challenge at the end of the podcast.
Oh, a good challenge.
So get ready. So transitions, okay, you have transition times during your schedule.
Right.
Whenever you have kids with you, you're going to have transition times. Transition times are when you are moving children from one activity to another.
That happens a lot in the classroom.
Girl.
Not just in the classroom. That happens out of the classroom, going from the playground to back to the classroom, or to the bathroom, or to snack time.
Yes, and a wise teacher will determine in advance when the transition times are during the daily schedule. So we want to challenge you leaders. You're going to have more than one challenge today. But we want to encourage you right now, stop, unless you're driving. Don't do that. But if you're working out, keep going. Do this later on. But we want you to write down your schedule of when you teach. And we talked about making schedules on a previous podcast. Mm-hmm. If you missed that one, go back, find it, and listen to that one, because you got to have a schedule every time you're teaching children. So let's say your schedule is arrival activities, you're in learning centers, then you're going to transition to cleanup time.
Ooh,
so that would be one, transition to cleanup time. Then after you clean up, you're going to snack. So that's a transition time. But what you do is list everything you do in your schedule, and then look for every transition times.
Okay.
Every transition time. That's singular. But after you list your schedule, you find all your transition times. Listeners, we want you to count how many transitions you have during your schedule. And you should have minimum 10.
Yeah, you don't really realize it when you're in the classroom. There are so many transitions that happen in the classroom that we think are, I'm just moving from Bible story time to snack. But that's a big move for a 4-year-old, for a third grader, to stop what they're doing and move to the next thing. And that's why it's such an art form to have good transitions.
Exactly. Yes, because just you don't think, like you said, I love it, going to group time and then moving away from group time. And then while you're in group time, you may be transitioning from the Bible story to a game, right?
Right.
So you've got to count them up. And here's what we want you to do, listeners. After you've totaled how many transition times, remember going to the playground. If you go to the playground, coming back in from the playground, going to the restroom, coming back from the restroom, arrival time, dismissal time. Keep all of these in mind. Yes.
And the way you're positioning your transitions matters. It matters that you go to the bathroom before you go to
The playground.
This is if you're a new teacher, maybe you haven't realized that matters. It matters.
Yeah, because you'll get out on the playground and everybody's got to go potty.
It's amazing. It's like, okay, every single person has to go potty now. It only takes one friend to say, I need to
gotta
go potty.
go. It's the same thing. Same with group time or Bible story time.
Right.
Go to the bathroom before. So then there you go. Nobody's getting up.
Right.
During teaching time. So here's the cool part, Steph. Every transition takes about a minimum of 5 minutes.
Okay.
So let's say you've got 10 transition times. That is 10 times 5, 50 minutes. That is an hour almost of your time with children.
Yes, that's huge. Yeah.
And would you have children together in a room for 50 minutes with nothing planned?
Never. It will be chaos. It will just rain chaos all over the place.
Yes. So thinking that way, you've got to say, every 5 minute matters. Every transition matters.
Right.
I've got to make a plan for those transitions. So the wise teacher determines in advance when the transitions are, recognizes they're going to take about 5 minutes, and then plan something to do during those times.
There you go.
Yes. And our 3 favorites are during transition times. You can sing a song, you can play a game, or you can do a finger play.
Oh, those are great.
Yeah, so let's start with songs. Okay. We have a saying, if you haven't heard this yet, but we say this a lot. Anytime you want a child to do something, sing it. Yes, anytime.
Anytime.
Yeah. So let's say you're trying to get 2-year-olds to go potty. We're going to the potty now, the potty now, the potty now. Going to the potty now. Let's go make some potty.
What a fun song.
Yeah. Doesn't that make you want to go potty?
I want to go potty right now.
Yeah. Well, don't. Okay. Hold it for just a minute.
Okay.
But you're going to sing anything you want children to do, right? It's time to go line up. It's time to go line up. Let's go line up at the door so we can go out and play. Oh,
That's good because you're giving them the what's happening next.
Yes. And if you can incorporate that in your song, then they're like, oh, I want to line up.
Yes.
We're
I
going
can't
out
wait
to
to line
play.
up. Yeah.
Yes. So you're singing songs. Now, teachers often tell me, Steph, I can't sing.
Right. It doesn't matter.
No, you just heard me sing, and I'm sure it was pretty painful. But hey, kids don't care.
Yeah.
You know, I think I might have shared this before, except for I did have one time. We were in a classroom with actually infants.
It was infants.
Yes. It was Easter Sunday. And as many of you know, everybody loves to volunteer on an Easter Sunday.
Everybody, yes.
So we were in the classroom serving wholeheartedly, and this precious little chunky boy is sitting there on the floor. And so I'm going to start singing that we're playing with drums. I don't remember the tune I pulled out of my head, but it was something, we are playing with our drums, with our drums, with our drums. We are playing with our drums. And I looked over, and he is looking at me like he had just sucked on a sour pickle. Like, what is that? But you know what? He didn't cry.
That's good.
So, most children don't care what you sound like.
Right.
So you want to sing and sing with confidence.
That's right. The process of singing, it is them using their brain in a different way when they hear the words. When we say it's words you have to yes. But when we sing it, they're using a different part of their brain to make language make sense. That's why singing works. It's so effective.
That is good
Yes.
stuff. That's good stuff right there. Yes. And it gets their attention because they're like, wait, somebody's singing in here? What's happening? So sing as much as you can. Anytime you want a child to do something, sing it.
Sing it.
Now you're thinking, well, what songs do I sing? Right? Well, you've got to think about all of the old tunes that you know.
It helps when you know the tune.
Hey.
Yes. It's really helpful.
It is. So let's just have some fun.
Okay.
And we'll just popcorn back and forth and see if we can think of some old tunes that we remember.
Okay.
What's one you got?
Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Okay, we got that one. What about row, row, row your boat gently down the stream? Merrily, 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 merrily.
Life is but a dream.
Perfect. Okay, good. What's another one?
Old MacDonald
Had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Excellent. What about the itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout? Down came the rain
and washed the spider out.
Excellent. Okay. What about Farrah Jacques? Farrah Jacques, dormez-vous. That one has some English words. What are the English words?
I don't remember the English.
Oh, where is Thumpkin?
Oh,
Where
there
is
you go.
Thumpkin? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away. I'm not sure that's an old tune. Maybe that's just something stuck in my head. But it is a tune.
It's great.
It's a tune. Oh, okay. Now here is the starter tune.
Okay.
It is Happy Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. So that's a great one to start with. If you're like, hey, you're throwing me off with these old tunes here.
Yeah.
Everybody knows happy birthday. Okay. Or Feliz Cumpleaños.
There you go.
Yes.
That's
Either
a good
way
one.
you want to roll.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So you're going to sing what you want children to do to the tune Happy Birthday.
That's awesome.
Let's just try it for fun.
Okay.
Because here's the thing, listeners, you have to practice.
Right.
Yeah. And so you just need to start practicing. Like, I'm putting on mascara now, mascara now, mascara now. Putting on mascara now because I have puffy eyes. Or whatever you're doing, you just want to practice,
That's awesome.
Yes. So if we practice with happy birthday, all right, what's something we want children to do? You got one for us?
Move to snack time.
Move to snack time. So it's time to go to snack time.
Yeah, we've been in circle time, and now it's time to move to snack time.
Okay. Happy birthday. It's time to eat snack. It's time to eat snack. Can you tiptoe to your chair? It's time to eat snack.
That's perfect.
Yes. Because we told them what we were doing. Mm-hmm. We gave them an instruction of what to do, a little challenge.
And we told them where to go.
Yes. So we involved it all in that first little tune.
Yeah.
Now, first little verse. Here's something great to do. Once you see a child doing it, sing the child's name in the verse or the tune. So what did we just sing? Happy birthday. It's time to go to eat snack. Okay. Stephanie's going to snack. Stephanie's going to snack. She's tiptoeing to her chair. Way to go, Stephanie. Now, why would I sing a child's name? What am I doing?
Well, all the other kids are going to say, she said her name in the song. I want them to say my name in the song. And they're going to want to do whatever it takes to get your name sung in the song. So if that's moving to snack, I'm going to start moving to snack.
Moving on. And that's reinforcing positive behavior.
Right.
That's a positive reinforcement to the expectation that you've given so you can sing their name. Okay, what's another transition? Give us another one. Let's try.
Washing your hands.
Oh, we got to wash our hands. Happy birthday. We're washing our hands. We're washing our hands with a little soap and water with bubbles up on top. We're washing our hands. We're washing. And what are the children going to do when you start singing that?
If they're not already at the sink, they're going to be heading towards the sink to get the bubbles on their hands.
Yeah. They want some bubbles. Everybody loves bubbles.
Who doesn't?
I know. Yes. So we're going to start with happy birthday if you're not a really musical person. Now, if you are super musical,
the sky is the limit.
The limit. Okay. So you're going to choose a tune that you know. and you're going to make up words to it, whatever you want the kids to do. Okay. Let's pick a fun one.
Okay.
All right. What's a fun song like that's not an old tune?
Ooh, it's not an old
What if we did like, you ain't nothing but a hound dog? We could go through the generations.
There you go.
I think I need to take this up a notch. I'm losing my voice. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Okay, so how could we do that? What's our transition?
We are going to the playground.
We are going out to playground. We're having lots of fun. We're getting in line. And we're not going to run. We are walking down the hall. Can you follow me? Can you follow to the playground? I think I changed
That's
tunes.
great. That's okay. It doesn't matter. The kids will never know.
They're like, let's do it.
Let's go. I'm going to the playground. I'm going to walk down the hall. What do we got to do?
All right, what's another tune?
We will rock you.
We will clean our room.
Ooh.
Clean our room. We will clean our room. Clean our room. Putting the blocks away. Putting the dolls away. Not in the oven. Putting them. I don't know about you guys, listeners, but we oftentimes will find a sweet little baby doll in the oven.
Poor baby.
Sometimes she's naked.
Yeah,
we gotta
most
find
of the time.
Yeah, we gotta find her clothes. All right, so you get the idea. We are gonna sing anytime we want kids to do something. We're singing it.
Right.
We're gonna use tunes we know, and we're just gonna let the words come out that we want children to do.
Perfect.
That
And where we want them to go.
Where we want them to go. Include their names. Excellent. So we're singing.
Okay.
All right, second thing we're going to do is we're going to play games.
Oh.
We can play games. All
So
right.
if we want a child to do something, we sing it or make it a game.
Make it a game. So this is especially good with elementary children. So elementary people, listen up. Sometimes they think your singing's a little cheesy. So instead of singing with elementary, you can always chant. They'll go for a good chant because they think it's like a rap, you know.
Yeah.
So, and it is kind of rap.
Well, and they like getting all their friends rallied around one plan, and this is a great way to do it.
Yes. All right. So we're playing a game. We're having little competition in elementary is good. Boys versus girls is good. So you can do simple things like, oh, let's see who's going to line up first, the boys or the girls. Oh, and here's a good thing. You should always start out with when I say go. Okay. So, because if you just start out by saying, let's see who can, whatever, they're all just going to,
Yeah.
right? So you're going to say, when I say go, let's see who can line up in the straightest line facing backwards.
Oh.
You know, put a little twist in it, make it fun, and see if they can problem solve. See, you're using those problem solving skills right there.
And that's not real. Standing backwards, it's such a simple thing, but to them, it's a huge deal. Oh, we got to stand backwards. We're facing the wrong direction. This is great.
Yes, for sure. Okay, so we're going to play games. Another game that I like to play, I don't know if you can share some of yours too, but I like to describe a child. Okay. So for example, I'm thinking of someone, and I always start with things that everybody has, so it takes longer. I'm thinking of someone who has 2 ears. And what's amazing when you say that, what does everybody do?
I have 2 ears.
They grab their ears.
Yeah.
They check. They make sure they got 2. And this person has 1 nose. This person has brown hair. Ooh. This person has brown eyes. Ooh, this person has on a red shirt.
Oh.
Who do you think this person is?
Could it possibly be me?
Yes. And you get them all excited, right? One game I like to play and when I'm walking down the hall with kids is we pretend like we're invisible.
Oh.
So we put on our invisible shoes. We put on our invisible hats, put on our invisible glasses, and we become all invisible. Now we can't talk because we're invisible.
Oh.
Somebody might hear us. And we tiptoe in our invisible boots and we head down the hall. And I tell the kids now, if you see somebody coming our way, then all you have to do is just suck up against the wall. And when you suck up against the wall, they won't be able to see you.
Oh, because you got your invisible boots on, of
Yes.
course. Yeah.
Yeah. So you walk, tiptoe, you're tiptoeing. No, and you're doing all the things. And then all of a sudden somebody comes walking down and you're down the hall and you're like, and you suck up against the wall and close your eyes. And they're all going to suck up against the wall and close their eyes. Now, if you're that teacher passing by and you see all the kids, like sucked up against the wall with their eyes closed, you're going to say something like, oh, I wonder what happened to Miss Stephanie's class. I thought they were going to the playground, but I don't see them anywhere. And all the kids are like, they think that's so funny. But it's a great, fun way to get children down the hall. And what you're doing is you're teaching instructions.
Mm-hmm.
You're teaching observation. I'm looking, someone's coming, so I'm reacting in the way I'm supposed to react. So kids are learning a lot during transitions.
Yep.
Yeah. So are there any transition games that you really like to play?
I really like to do a song kind of, but with an action when you're sitting at like the bathroom or you're waiting to go into a classroom and it's taken forever if you don't do something in that moment, then it's chaos is going to reign and they're going to be all over the hall and everybody's going to be running up and down and you've lost your class. So I like to play everybody stand up, everybody sit down. And so everybody stand up, everybody sit down, now stand up again and turn around. So there's some action in there. And then I'll say something like, if you have a dog, then stand on up. And then they're doing something, or if you're 3 years old, whatever it is. And then they have an action, a game to play while they are waiting for their turn in the bathroom, or your whole class is waiting because they're all together. They're not moving. You have to keep them doing something.
Yes. It's kind of like Simon Says.
Yes. Yeah.
Simon Says is a great game to play. You can play Mother May I.
Yep.
Just all kinds of different games to play during transitions, but you have something planned for the children to do so that they're learning.
Yep.
They're learning mentally, physically, socially, emotionally, spiritually, because a great thing to do when you're walking down the hall is chant your Bible verse.
That's awesome. Yes.
Yes. And so chant that Bible verse, or when you're walking down the hall, you can take turns and say one word from the Bible verse, or if you're doing elementary kids, you can practice saying books of the Bible.
Oh, that's great.
While you're waiting, and take turns going down the row, see who can say it. We just spent a week with lots of children at our Christmas spectacular. And so we played a lot of concentration.
Yes.
And that's great with elementary kids. This is a game of concentration. No repeats or hesitations. Category is. And somebody states the category. And then you go around the circle saying things in the category. And some that got me this year were YouTubers.
Yeah.
That was a good one. And Netflix series. These were some that my elementary kids came up with. And so anyhow.
I got the soccer players and I failed.
Can I be honest? I just made up names and they didn't know the difference.
I did. That's what I did for the YouTubers. I did.
Yeah.
And they don't know. They don't know.
But you're learning from them.
Yes.
Because we figured out who all the YouTubers are.
Yes, we did.
But that's a great game to play, and you can do books of the Bible. You can do people in the Bible, places in the Bible, things Jesus said, so that you're incorporating spiritual development too, as well, and spiritual growth, making disciples.
Yes.
Yes. So we've got songs, we've got finger play. Oh, sorry. Oh, I gave it away. Songs, games, and the third one is finger plays. And these are like little songs or rhymes that you do, and you use your hands while you're doing them. So ones that people already know are like the itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. And you do your little fingers and the motions, to the song. But here's what a wise teacher will do. A wise teacher will find finger plays that go with the unit, with the theme, with the Bible story that you're teaching.
Right.
So let's say it's fall and you're doing fall, a fall unit, or maybe God's creation in fall. You can do away up high in the apple tree. I saw 2 apples looking down at me. I shook that tree just as hard as I could. Bloop, bloop. Down came the apples. Were they good?
Oh, that's good.
Yes, and that's simple. And you can also let the children choose how many apples are on the apple tree. Right. And so they can do it however many, and you just continue to count down for those apples, that number of apples. There's lots of finger plays out there. I love, this is an oldie but goodie. And you can do this when you're teaching family and God's plan for family, because we always teach God's plan for family.
Yep.
But here are grandma's spectacles. And what's funny, children don't know what spectacles are. So this is a good teaching
vocabulary.
Vocabulary. Here are grandma's spectacles, and here is grandma's hat. Here's the way she folds her hands, puts them in her lap.
Here are Grandpa's spectacles, and here is Grandpa's hat. Here's the way he folds his arms and sits like that.
Okay. And children listen, teachers, here's the thing. You've got to do the finger plays. You got to set the example. Make eye contact with the kids when you're saying them. Have fun. Spice it up. Like I love to do 3 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama texted the doctor, and the doctor said,
"Hey, you monkeys, you quit that jumping on the bed."
The kids love that.
Yes.
Right?
And you changed it from calling to texting.
Yes. Yeah. So it's tons of fun. So make it fun, but you've got to be enthusiastic. You can't be like 3 little monkeys jumping on the bed. Don't nobody want to jump on the bed and do monkeys if you're sitting there looking like you just sucked on a sour pickle. So we want to do finger plays. Now, I have a website, stephaniechase.org. If you go on that website and click on resources, there is a transitions handout. And on that handout, is handout a modern day word? I don't think we're supposed to say that anymore. There's a resource there for you. But anyhow, go ahead and get on there, and there's tons of finger plays and some songs and some games that can get you started.
Yeah. And it's good to have, like, print them on note cards or something, stick them in your pocket so that you have it when you need it until you memorize it. That's okay that you have it. Oh, yeah.
That you look at
the words. Okay, let me. Yeah.
And sometimes you'll say it wrong and then it gets stuck in your head wrong. That's okay too. Yes. Own it. It's yours.
Yeah.
Yes. And make up your new transitions.
Right.
For sure. So we want to challenge you, leaders. Here's your challenge, okay? You are going to learn a new finger play, game, or song 1 a week so that by the end of the year, you will have memorized and have stored in your brain 52 songs, finger plays, or games that you can just pull out of your pocket whenever you're waiting, whenever you're transitioning, whenever you're going potty, going to the bathroom, walking down the hall. You'll have 52 good and ready to go in your mind. And what you're going to do is you're going to write those 52 down, and you're going to categorize them by themes or Bible stories that you teach so that you'll have them ready year after year after year.
Yep. And be the teacher that has those ready to go, because you're a leader.
Yes.
And the other teachers are watching what you do.
Yes.
And you are training up other younger or inexperienced teachers that don't know these things, don't have these skills yet. And you are the one who's building them up so that they can go and teach God's word to children. So you be the leader that does that.
Yes, because that's how I first learned.
Yeah.
I used to see Miss Eileen walking down the hall. I think I might have mentioned her before. She was like, I don't know, back then when I was 16, she looked like she was 150.
She's probably 45.
Exactly. But she was tall and skinny and lanky as ever. And I can just picture her in my mind waddling down the hall like a duck, leading her little toddlers down the hall.
Yeah. And you still remember that today. That is the impact she made on you as a leader. Yeah.
Yes. So, listeners, we want to leave you with that. Be the leader that sets the pace doing transitions. And we guarantee you will see a difference in your classroom, a difference in your children, and you will be a better leader.